Have you ever felt like your home is working against you? Recently, Ms. Teresa, a kind, quiet 68-year-old woman, started noticing strange things. The air felt heavy. Her sleep became restless. Plants withered for no reason. Even her dog refused to enter certain rooms. She burned sage. She prayed. She even rearranged the furniture. But nothing changed, until one day she received a small box from her grandmother along with a handwritten note. Place this in the corners of your home and wait. Inside the box, just a few white crystals of camphor. But what happened next even had the neighbors talking. Did you know that when used properly, camphor can clear stagnant energy, repel negativity, and bring lightness into your space, all within hours? This isn't witchcraft. It's ancient wisdom, the kind many people have forgotten. If your home has felt heavy, if arguments come out of nowhere, or you've been feeling drained for no clear reason, don't skip this video. It may be the answer your intuition has been quietly asking for. Today, I'll show you how to use camphor as spiritual protection, the 3 exact spots where it should be placed, and a simple ritual that can shift the energy of your home overnight. But first, drop a comment below. I protect my energy and welcome what's good. It may seem like just a sentence, but it could be the first step toward real transformation. This small white crystal, light to the touch with a sharp scent, is much more than it seems. Camphor is often seen as a quirky pharmacy item or an old-fashioned remedy. But in the spiritual traditions of India, Tibet, and ancestral Latin America, it's considered sacred, a white stone that dissolves the shadows. For centuries, Buddhist monks, shamans, and Ayurvedic healers have used camphor as a tool for energetic cleansing. In Indian temples, it's burned to dissolve emotional residue. In Tibetan rituals, it guides energy through transitions. And in humble rural homes across the Americas, it's tucked into corners to soothe the soul of the house. So, why so much reverence? Because camphor carries a volatile, penetrating, subtle energy capable of moving through dense layers of space, breaking invisible patterns, and restoring harmony where there's tension. It's not like a perfume. It's not just incense. It's more like an invisible wind sweeping away what your mind can't name. It works quietly, dissolving emotional imprints left by harsh words, anxious thoughts, heavy visitors, and even old traumas that linger in the very walls of your home. On a spiritual level, camphor is believed to act as an ego dissolver, softening repetitive loops of suffering and making space for awareness, clarity, and peace to return. What we're sharing here isn't some hidden esoteric secret. It's ancient, accessible wisdom that survived the test of time because it works, simply and powerfully. And once you understand the symbolic power of camphor, you'll never see it as ordinary again. You'll begin to feel when it calls you. Because, yes, certain elements respond when they are respected. Before we go further, take a moment, take a deep breath. And now, write this in the comments with intention and presence. I protect my energy and attract abundance. It seems like just a phrase, but it's not. There's science behind this. Psychology confirms. writing or speaking, a desire reinforces your internal commitment. And spiritually, it goes even deeper. Writing is a symbolic act. Like lighting a candle, it's not about the flame, it's about the gesture. When you speak your protection, you're not just saying something, you're opening a field of energy around you. Think of this comment as a tiny energetic anchor. Each word is a seed, and by writing it, even unconsciously, you're telling the universe, I'm aware, I choose to protect myself, I'm ready to release. And by commenting, you're joining hundreds, maybe thousands, of others doing the same. People like you. People who feel that something needs to shift. People who crave lightness, clarity, and protection. This is the power of spiritual community. When many align their intention, something forms in the unseen. A network, a field. So go ahead and write it. Even if you've never left a comment on any video, even if you can't quite explain why. Just write it. I protect my energy and welcome abundance. And once you do, pause and notice the energy is already beginning to shift. Camphor isn't just an aromatic substance, it's movement. Its very nature is volatility. And that holds a powerful message. Anything that's too heavy, anything building up in the unseen, needs to be dissolved, transmuted, released. When camphor evaporates, it doesn't just disappear into the air. It becomes a messenger dash, a bridge between the dense and the subtle. That's why, in Buddhist rituals and energy practices around the world, it's often used as a kind of energetic bridge. A soft white breath that carries away what no longer serves. On a vibrational level, camphor acts as a frequency cleanser. Its vapor reaches forgotten corners, old furniture, even dormant memories. It goes where sunlight doesn't reach, where the eyes can't see, but the heart can still feel. Some say camphor clears what the eyes can't see, but the soul still carries. Imagine a home that has absorbed years of arguments, fear, grief, heavy guests, obsessive thoughts. It clings to the walls. It lingers in the furniture. It lives in the air. It's what some call emotional residue, or energetically speaking, a kind of spiritual dust that clouds everything. And if that energy isn't cleared, it can affect your mood, your relationships, even your ability to prosper. Camphor moves through those layers like an invisible wind, wiping clean the emotional fingerprints of the past. It resets the energy in a space, and sometimes in you. In Ayurveda, camphor is considered warm, subtle, and deeply penetrating, able to reach the subtle body without aggression, yet with clarity. And in Latin American folk traditions, it's known as a spiritual mirror. It reflects and repels what tries to hide in the shadows. No wonder it's used in funerals, temples, deep cleansings, and spiritual baths. Camphor doesn't just cleanse, it restores energetic neutrality. It brings the space back to 0 point, the original baseline of peace. Now that you understand the why, let's move on to the where. Because where you place it matters. Some areas of the home act as portals, where energy constantly moves in and out. Others are like lungs, silently absorbing whatever flows through. And these are the exact spots where camphor works best. First bathroom, the mirror of emotions. The bathroom is where your body lets go of what it doesn't need. But energetically, it's also a place where emotions are flushed out. It's common for this space to hold stagnant energy, especially when there's been tension, grief, or illness in the household. Place a piece of camphor near the drain or on the counter, preferably at night. Warm water from the shower works like a mirror. It doesn't just carry away physical dirt, but also emotional residue. As the steam rises and the water flows, visualize the camphor dissolving invisible burdens, cleansing not just the walls, but also your aura. 2. Corners, the silent lungs of the home. Corners, especially the unused or dim ones, act like little repositories for forgotten energy, fear, jealousy, emotional stagnation. It all gathers in these quiet lungs of your home, absorbing but rarely being cleared. Place a small bowl with camphor in these strategic corners, behind doors, behind the couch, in bedroom corners. You can even combine it with sea salt or dried rosemary to enhance the effect. After a few days, you might notice the air feels lighter, more open. And sometimes, even the people in your home feel calmer, more balanced. 3. Main entrance, the mouth of your energy field. The front door is the mouth of your home's energy system. Everything comes in through there. People, conversations, intentions, energy. If the entrance is clogged, it's like a dirty filter. Good energy can't flow in, and heavy energy lingers. Place a discreet dish with camphor just inside the door, near the floor. You can also wipe the doorknob and door frame with warm water mixed with a bit of camphor essence. Why? Because a clean entrance equals open flow of abundance. Even though camphor is powerful on an energetic level, it's important to remember it's also a chemical compound. And like anything potent, it must be handled with care. Keep it out of reach of children and pets. Its strong scent and crystal-like look can trigger curiosity, but ingestion can be toxic. Avoid placing it directly on wooden or plastic surfaces. It may stain or cause damage over time. When using it in the corners of your home, opt for glass or ceramic bowls or even small cloth sachets made from natural fibers. They help contain the aroma and keep the camphor from touching floors or furniture. If you choose to burn camphor as part of a smudging or cleansing ritual, do it in a well-ventilated space and use a heat-safe container. Never leave it burning unattended. The smoke, though sacred in many cultures, can be too intense for people with sensitivities or respiratory conditions. But safety isn't just physical here. You're working with energy. This ritual deserves presence, focus, and reverence. Whenever possible, do it in a quiet moment, one where you won't be interrupted. It's not just about the action, it's about the intention behind it. Camphor isn't something to use casually or on autopilot. It's a symbol of deep purification. And that requires mindfulness. And hey, if you'd like a video going deeper into safe and advanced uses of camphor, including spiritual baths, protective blends, and guided rituals, drop a comment below. I want to learn to use it with intention. If enough people ask, will bring it to life. Because caring for your energy is also caring for your body, your space, and your intentions. Spirituality, at its core, is about being fully present, especially in the small things. There are moments when you just feel it, but can't explain it. Like the air feels heavier, your body's weighed down, and something inside your home or within yourself stops flowing. If you've ever felt that, even without words, know this. This ritual isn't just relief, it's a reset. And what you're about to do, with the simplest of gestures, could change how energy moves in and around you. Step 0. Prepare the space and your inner state. Energy responds to intention, but it also responds to environment. So before anything else, prepare the space where you'll do the ritual. No need for a deep clean, just a gentle refresh, a quick wipe down, a candle lit, a softer light, and most importantly, silence. Not just the absence of noise, but the kind of silence that comes from being fully present. This ritual works best when you're all in. No distractions, no rush, no masks. What you'll need: 3 small pieces of camphor, a heat-safe dish, glass, ceramic, or clay, a match or a lit candle, and most of all, a sincere desire to shift something subtle but deep. The start of the gesture, when simple becomes sacred. Sit comfortably, place the dish in front of you, close your eyes for a few seconds. Breathe, but really breathe. Feel the air as it enters, and as you exhale, imagine releasing anything that no longer belongs to you. This simple breath calms your nervous system, quiets the busy brain, and brings you into a receptive state where deep shifts can begin. Now open your eyes. Take one piece of camphor and look at it. Don't rush. Look at it like it's the first time. This small white crystal has been used by monks, healers, ancestors, and now it's in your hands. Place all 3 pieces in the dish. If it's safe, light one of them using the match. The turning point: when the unseen begins to respond. As the camphor begins to burn, it releases its unmistakable scent. Sharp, clean, and piercing. That aroma goes straight to the amygdala, the part of the brain tied to memory and emotion. That's why scent can heal memories, and healed memories free you. As the smoke begins to rise, repeat silently in your mind, or softly whisper it if you prefer. My energy is protected. What doesn't belong to me is released. I let go, I clear, I receive. These words begin to activate an inner shift, a reordering of your emotional and energetic space. When you speak with clarity and faith, your brain responds as if it were fact, realigning your body, your mind, and your subtle field around a new frequency. Watch the smoke. Feel how it moves. It doesn't rush. It dances. And in that dance, it clears away thought forms, old tensions, traces of emotional weight you didn't even know you were still carrying. You might feel a chill across your skin, or let out a sigh you didn't expect. Don't brush it off. These are signs of release. The body always knows when something is letting go. When the camphor finishes burning, or when you intuitively feel the space has been touched by your intention. Just stay in silence for a few more moments. Close your eyes again. Place your hand gently over the center of your chest. Take a breath and just feel. You don't need to understand it all right now, but something's already shifting. To close the ritual, say thank you. To yourself, to the moment, to the space around you, because this wasn't just a ritual. It was a point of transition, and from now on, you can come back to it. Anytime you feel things are heavy, unclear, or stuck, the ritual stays the same, but you won't be. Camphor isn't a shortcut. It's not an empty promise or a magical solution for everything out of place. It's a quiet ally, a subtle messenger, one that only reveals itself to those ready to listen to what can't be said out loud. And if you made it this far, to this final part, you were meant to. Nothing truly meaningful finds us by accident. Maybe you felt something calling you, a nudge that something needed to shift, an old intuition, muffled by the noise of routine. This video isn't just information. It's a ritual hidden inside words. And now, something has already begun to move. Your home, your body, your thoughts. They're all connected. What you release energetically echoes in your behavior, your choices, even in the people you attract into your life. And the reverse is true too. When you seal your energy, the world starts to meet you with more clarity, more ease. Sometimes the deepest transformation doesn't come with fireworks. It comes with a scent, with stillness, with a silence that feels different. You don't need to do more. You just need to let go. Let go of the excess, the need to control, the burdens that were never yours to begin with. And that's when the ritual becomes real, when you realize that cleansing your energy is at its core an act of self-love. And if Camphor spoke to you, or better yet, if your intuition stirred while listening to all this, carry this moment with you, not as an obligation, but as a reminder. A portal just opened, and portals don't open every day. When they do, something changes direction. Now, the choice is yours. You can close this video and go back to life as usual, or you can choose differently. Make room for the new. Because even if the world around you looks the same, you're not the same anymore. And when something inside you shifts, even by just 1 degree, everything begins to realign over time. It's like a boat that changes course ever so slightly, but in a few weeks, it reaches a completely different shore. You cleared, you declared, you activated. Now, your next step is to keep that vibration alive. If you felt something resonate while watching this, go ahead and declare it now in the comments. Camphor protects me and abundance flows. This isn't just about engagement. It's an energetic seal. When you write something down, you ground it. When you ground it, you affirm it. And when you affirm it, something begins to manifest. Like this video, if you felt a shift in your energy while watching. That like is more than a button. It's a digital candle, a quiet signal that you received the message. If you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. Here, each video is more than content. It's a portal, a sacred space to reconnect with something we so often forget in the rush of modern life, the power of intention. And if you know someone who's been feeling off, someone who's overwhelmed, stuck, can't sleep, or just seems out of sync, send them this video, because sharing is an act of collective healing.